Imagine being dropped on a tiny island in the middle of the endless ocean. No food, no shelter, and absolutely no way to escape. Today, this girl has been given a challenge. She must survive alone on this island for the next 7 days. But the real question is, will she actually be able to survive? Or will the island defeat her before the challenge is over? With nothing but the clothes she's wearing, she steps off a small wooden boat onto the warm sand. The boat quickly disappears into the distance, leaving her completely alone. The island is small, surrounded by nothing but endless ocean in every direction. She knows the first rule of survival: build shelter before night falls. She starts gathering palm leaves, broken branches, and long pieces of wood scattered across the beach. Slowly and carefully, she builds a small shelter under a group of trees to protect herself from wind and rain. With the shelter ready, the next problem appears: food and water. She searches around the island and finally finds a coconut lying near the trees. Using a sharp rock, she cracks it open and drinks the fresh coconut water. It's not much, but it's enough to keep her going. Before sunset, she collects dry wood and carefully tries to start a fire. After a few attempts, small sparks appear, and soon a warm flame begins to burn. As the sun slowly sinks into the ocean, she manages to catch a small fish near the shallow water. She cooks it over the fire and eats quietly while listening to the sound of the waves. Her first night on the island begins. The next morning arrives slowly. Day 2 begins. Dark clouds gather above the island. The wind becomes stronger, and suddenly, a heavy rainstorm begins. Her small shelter starts shaking as strong winds hit the island. She quickly rushes to fix the roof using more palm leaves. Instead of wasting the rainwater, she collects it in a coconut shell so she can drink it later. The storm continues through the night. After a long rainy night, the sky finally clears. Day 3 begins. The island looks calm again, but food is becoming a serious problem. She decides to make a simple fishing spear using a long wooden stick and a sharp piece of shell. Standing quietly in the shallow water, she waits patiently. The first few attempts fail, but finally, she spots movement between the rocks. A crab. With a quick strike, she catches it. That night, she cooks the crab over the fire and slowly regains her strength. Another difficult day comes to an end. Day 4 begins. While collecting wood for the fire, something unexpected happens. A sharp shell slices her finger. A small drop of blood falls onto the sand. Even a tiny injury can be dangerous in a survival situation. She quickly wraps the wound using large leaves and continues working carefully. Before sunset, she gathers fruits from nearby trees and stores extra firewood for the night. The island becomes quiet again as the night passes. Soon, Day 5 begins. When she wakes up, she notices something worrying. The fire has completely gone out. Without fire, cooking food and staying warm at night becomes much harder. She searches around the island for dry sticks and leaves. Using 2 pieces of wood, she slowly tries to create friction. Minutes pass. Then suddenly, a tiny spark appears. Carefully blowing on it, she brings the fire back to life. The struggle continues. Soon, Day 6 arrives. The ocean suddenly becomes rough. Huge waves crash against the shore as strong winds sweep across the island. Realizing the danger, she quickly moves her tools and food supplies to higher ground. As night falls, the storm slowly disappears. The sky clears, and thousands of stars appear above the dark ocean. After surviving another long night, the final day finally arrives. Day 7, the sun slowly rises above the horizon. She prepares one last meal over the fire. Tired, but proud that she has survived this long. But just as she looks out across the ocean, something appears in the distance. A small shape moving slowly across the water. A boat. A rescue boat. Her heart begins to race. She has finally completed the challenge, and today she leaves the island alive.